Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Broadcasting from Ibadan or your state brings you wholesome programs for you and your family.
FM, your preferred wholesome radio. The time is 8 a.m. from Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Láti ìkànnì kọ̀ǹga gbọ́nmágbé 89.3 FM gẹ́gẹ́ ní aago 8 àárọ̀ lù.
All right, it's another beautiful Saturday morning. Today, the 22nd day of August, 2026, and you're on to Roundtable on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. On Roundtable, we discuss issues over the week as seen on the headlines, and we give you in-depth analysis on those issues. We also leave the phone lines open for people at home to give their 2 cents about the issues. And of course, I'm not going to be in the studio alone. Of course, this morning I have with me one of my analysts, Otumba Abioloye. Oloye, no, I'm introducing Oloye Sunday Sanusi first. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, you. Good morning, Nigeria, and good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Oyo State.
I hear you. Then, of course, incoming Senator Olalekan Sani. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, Chief.
Yes.
On the title you gave me, all I would say is God will forgive you.
I would always give you a title. I will always give you a title. All right. So this morning we are going to be looking at a lot of issues. This week has been particularly interesting. I know this time last week, the election in Osun State was already on the way, and we were all waiting patiently to see what the outcome will be. And over the week, we've actually seen and heard a lot. We know that the returning governor, Ademola Adeleke, won convincingly. APC said they were trying to explore maybe or maybe not to go to the court. The president actually did call Adeleke to congratulate him. And of course, we know that Adeleke also went to Aso Rock to pay a courtesy visit to the president. And in the middle of all of this, we heard there was this brouhaha that actually ensued when we heard that some gunmen actually attacked the convoy of Adeleke. At some point, we're hearing issues too, like that didn't happen, that it was targeted at Davido. We just heard a whole lot. Yeah. So I want us to start off our conversation on Osun State. To start with, Mr. Sunday, what do you think about the election? Was the outcome what you were actually expecting?
Well, initially before the election took place, we said here that the outcome of Osun election will determine 2027 general elections.
Yes. So are you satisfied?
Yeah, I'm okay. Because the people actually came out to vote for their own person. That was what happened. And we heard of all manner of injuries, killing, maiming, and all manner of things. But to God be the glory, the election was, as you usually say, free, fair, and successful. And the rest is history now. And the rest is history.
Okay, so Mr. Olalekan Sani, I would like to throw the same question to you. Are you satisfied?
Thank you very much, and good morning to you once again. I think the very first thing you and Otumba Sanusi need to do is to give me a standing ovation because I am from Osun State and my people actually did excellently well. And for that, we deserve a round of applause. The election, in my opinion, wasn't free nor fair. And
it wasn't free nor fair.
And the reason for that was because of the fact that there was a lot of violence before the election and even to some extent after the election. Violence and election should have nothing in common, but unfortunately there was a lot of violence. In fact, a truckload of violence that happened, leaving over 50 people dead. That wasn't free nor fair. And again, it was an election characterized by massive vote buying. Massive vote buying. I mean, these are not ingredients that make up a free and fair election. But unfortunately for the good guys, and unfortunately for the bad guys, the people of Osun came out en masse, such that the sheer number of people that came out to vote on that day neutralized any amount of money they must have brought out to say, okay, we are going to use this to buy votes. If you are buying votes and the number of people out there is way higher than the amount of money that you have in your pocket, I mean, your money is going to get tired, at some point, and that is exactly what happened. So, for the people of Osun, I really, really, really applaud them. For the politicians, both sides, I'm not proud of them because both sides actually bought votes. Just that one side was paying more than the other side. For INEC, like I have always said, INEC usually doesn't have a choice if the turnout is high. If the turnout is not high, they may want to do one or two things. And in my opinion, INEC actually decided to play some hanky-panky along the line, because when they started uploading votes, that was around 3:30 p.m., they were uploading at a very regular interval. In fact, it was dropping like rainwater. And around 7 p.m. in the evening, it stopped. Not one result was uploaded anymore. Not until after maybe 3, 4, 5 hours. I mean, what actually happened? Were they trying to reconfigure or to configure all together from the beginning? But because of, like I said, because of the fact that people turned out massively, and even the polling units they had uploaded before the, like we had in 2023, glitch happened, you could see that there was already a trend across the state. It must have been very difficult for them to come up with something silly. In my opinion, I believe they wanted to do that, but just that common sense kicked in along the line that we can't do this anymore, because the people actually came out to vote, and the votes that we have already uploaded is already, the votes you have already are already in the same direction as someone is winning already. We can't now start doing nonsense. So I cannot say I am going to give INEC any credit over Osun. Rather, the success story still goes back to the people. And for the security agencies, they didn't do well. Especially the police, they didn't do well. They arrested more than enough people before the election, people who, in my opinion, shouldn't have been arrested. Some of them were taken to Abuja. Over what? Not one member of the Accord Party, APC, in my opinion, even to the best of my knowledge, was arrested and taken to Abuja. So that tells you clearly that the police were not neutral in the game, and that is not what democracy is all about.
Yeah, but talking about all of this now, if you think that the police they were not neutral, and you think there's a lot of vote buying and all of that, everybody would believe that the aim of that would be to force the result in favor of the APC candidates. Everybody wants to believe that, because why would they do that if not to force the election results? But eventually, we still saw that the results still did not favor the APC.
We read and heard that many APC governors were available.
Yes,
for that.
They were actually in Osun State
17
physically.
of them.
17
physically,
out
yes.
of
31.
But what were they actually?
So my point is, we would want to believe that all of this is to sway the election in their favor, but eventually that didn't happen, and everybody's quiet. So can we say that it was just how did they say it? One Harley. It's not like they are backing but not ready to bite.
Can you take that to football? For example, if your team is going to play in a particular place and your supporters refuse to follow you to away match, stadium, you can imagine the kind of aura that is missing. Now, if your supporters follow you to a particular competition and you say, you look to the right, you see your supporters. You look to the left, you see your supporter. You look every nook and cranny and you see your supporter. We're here today. That give you confidence that we're here to win this match. We're here to deal with the opponent. I think that is what these people actually expected. Okay, by the time they see APC governors on ground, they will say, APC governors are here. They have come to support us. So let us go out en masse and then vote for our candidate from our party. If you juxtapose football and politics, what happened in Australia, if you juxtapose them together, they're almost similar.
All right, would also like to welcome Mr. Gbenga Mario to the studio. Good morning, Mr. Gbenga Mario.
Good morning, sir. Honorable Kunle.
Yes, thank you. So I believe we're talking about the
State
election. So before we move, I've heard Mr. Sunday, I've heard Mr. Olale Konsani. What do you think about the Osun State election? You were there before the election,
yes,
and you even reported
some
sort of mayhem that you experienced.
Yes.
So what is your verdict about the election finally?
Finally, after the election has come and gone, but we have some of our reservations, and part of it is that we have so many issues like vote buying. There was massive vote buying, and I don't want to mention names.
But the vote buying, is this just one party, or
no,
across parties?
They are across parties now.
Okay.
Across parties. Even we have some that they said they collected some pack of money from a particular party and they still did not vote for the party which from which they collected.
Okay, let me quickly take you on that. Now, there's a report on Punch now saying that the All Progressive Congress and Governor Ademola Adeleke of Accord Party actually deployed over 100 billion in the August 15 governorship election in Osun State. This is according to Punch. They said the funds were channeled into campaign materials, vote buying, payment of agents, canvassers, security personnel, and electoral officers in the 3,763 polling units and 332 wards of the state. The estimated expenses exceeded the 3 billion limit set by the Electoral Act 2026 for each of the governorship candidates. Adeleke won, we all know that, and Oyebamiji came second. Now, according to the reports we are hearing, multiple sources actually said that each agent of the APC who supervised the election at various polling units was paid about 100,000 naira, while Accord Party agents received just 20,000. 4 of the agents of the Nigerian Democratic Congress, the New Nigerian People Party, the Allied People's Movement, and All Progressive Grand Alliance, enlisted by Accord, were also paid 20,000 naira each. So now,
making 100K.
What?
Making 100K. From the Accord side
from
as
the
well,
Accord
making
side,
100K
yes.
to 100K
Yes.
for their agents, and also for the agents of the
yes. So eventually, it seems like even Accord is not really vindicated from this vote buying thing. So can we say that?
Excuse me, please.
Yeah.
That's money for agents, not for vote buying. But yes, the two of them actually bought votes, as we have seen. I am from that particular part of the country, and I heard before the day of election that yes, both parties are actually paying people even before the day of election, like a week before the day of election. On the day of election, both parties were still paying. That is it. And like I've been saying, not one side of the two is innocent. The two of them are actually guilty. That's the truth of the matter. But like I said, the side that actually won eventually didn't win because of the fact that it spent money. It was because of the fact that the people of Osun wanted to send a message out. That, okay, guy, you are doing well. That's number one. Number two, we have natural disdain for the other side. If not for the fact that these two things happened, they would have followed the party that spent more. As regards vote buying, a party was actually spending more, and at the end of the day, the party lost. Meaning that the people didn't really rely solely on money alone. If money had been the only deciding factor, of course, we all know the party that would have won. And so for that reason, the people of Osun State won, not any party here.
All right. Mr. Mari, you were about to explain something.
Yeah, and as well, apart from vote buying, violence also marred the election in Osun State, because even before the election day, a week too, I was in Osogbo. I was going to Kiayepe. I think I shared it on the radio here, and I was in a car with a friend. The guy was one. My friend was one driving. At a point in time where APC and Accord were having their campaign, was not too far from each other, maybe just some few distance away, and all of a sudden we started hearing gunshots and people are scampering for safety. At the point in time, those of the cars are on the road, they have to stop. There was standstill. At the point in time, we are all calm in our various vehicles. But at the point in time when we discovered that the thing was getting out of hand, they are stabbing, all those stuffs. So you have to get out from the car and just, even if we don't even lock the car, run into safety. Where I was running to, I don't know. Where my friend was running to, he doesn't know. So it was after a while now Usha came back. So, and like some of the video we saw, but the point is that people won. It's not Adeleke that wants, it's the people. Like I was hearing this morning while coming to the studio, I had some guys that I was watching their video. They said they collected some money from a particular party, and they said what they wanted is imole. That they just collected. The guy said, let me quote the guy, said, Mogbawo momofije eja ati bread. I collected their money and I ate bread and fish with the money collected. So the election has come and gone. But what do we really want in Osun State? I'm also from Osun State, Relation, Igbogi to be precise. So what do you want? You want good governance. You want Governor Adeleke to carry the people of Osun State along. We understand the fact that Osun State is a civil servant state, but it dazzles my mind whenever I hear such a statement, because what is the number of civil servants compared to the total number of population that are in Osun State? So you want its governance to be across board, so that it's not only it should not be only focused on the civil servants, but those that are also not working under the government. They should feel the impact of what is going to be doing for the second term. And it's not against it that people really love Adeleke. It's not against it that people really love Adeleke. You know that he received so many backlash, and this will tell you that the dynamics of election in 2027 is going to change. The dynamics is going to change. Let me give you an example. Let me back up my point with this. When the election campaign was going on in Osun State, we have how many CPs do we have? We have like I think 30 CPs, Commissioner of Police. We have 31 governors. We have Akpabio. We have some other high-ranking senators that were there and they were singing and dancing. And so that is to tell you that after all they did in Osun State to canvass vote for their own ambo, at the end of the what really happened? How many governors are Adeleke that came with Adeleke to canvass for him? I mean, there are no governors in. I'm just trying to juxtapose. So there was none. So what really happened at the end of the day? It will tell you that 2027 is going to be a kind of dynamic change in the election. And somebody said when I was listening to you while coming to the studio, he said I think it was Mr. Sanusi. He said 2027 election. So the Osun State election is going to determine what will be the outcome of 2027 general election. I said no. It is not going to be, because we have 36 states in the country. Osun State had their own election just last week, which testifies that all attention of the whole country was focused on a particular state, which was Osun State. Now, come next year election, it's not going to be Osun. It's going to be in across
all the other states.
So we have to ensure that how efficient are INEC going to work, because INEC they have their hand on board. Last week they were able to cross their T's and dot their I's, though there might be some slight glitches. But in 2027 election, their mind is going to be divided across board, as well as security agencies. They are going to have a kind of hectic time, because they are going to come out in larger numbers and be everywhere as well. And as well, people are going to the election is going to be all encompassing. Let me just put it like that. But it is a clarion call to the incumbent party, the ruling party, that they should know that the election is not going to be as usual, because people are much more enlightened. People want good governance. People knew who are fooling them, and they knew who are truly doing their bidding. So it is time for we Nigerians to come 2027 election, just like what people did in Osun State. Get your PVC, vote for the particular party of your choice, who you truly believe in. And I want to ask you a question: is that going to be vote buying in the next coming election? Of course,
definitely.
Of course, there will. But I've never seen in the electoral process of this country where we have a voter, where people are being induced to vote with money and whatever. And at the end of the day, I've never seen someone who has collected the money, who has paid the money, or who has collected the money, and the person has been penalized or taken to court. I've never seen one. In 2027 election, are we going to see? Yeah, we're going to see. Is that going to be a penalty for such? I want to say capital no. And lastly, before I stop, since talking about Osun election, I don't want to mention name. There was this woman, well known in Osun State, and people are saying error. If it was to be in a Senate client, we saw the video. In fact, Erarike. Yeah, let me quickly. Erarike. She was, giving out bag of rice, and she was even giving out cash, and she was even cursing that she was even cursing, and even cursing the children of those that are collecting the money. And as we speak today, what has been the fate of that woman? Further, we see the senator that said, anytime, anywhere you see a called people party, be killing them. The guy went to they was being invited by the police. Of course, he went there. It was just a jamboree. What came out of it? So the thing is, people are much more enlightened, and we don't want what really happened in Osun State to repeat itself come general election. I'm talking in terms of vote buying, inducement, and talking about hate speech. Thank you. All
right, thank you very much. I would also like to invite those listening to us at home to be a part of the show. You can call into the studio by any of these numbers. The first one you can call is 091-6893-1000. I'll take that number again, 091-6893-1000. You can also call 091-5333-4893, 091-5333-4893. And the last number you can call is 0911 333 893. I'll take that again, 0911 333 893. Still talking about the Osun election, and I want us to just quickly touch on it again before we move on to other stories. We also know that when after the election happened, the president called Adeleke to congratulate him for his victory. And we also saw in the papers that Adeleke himself actually did go to Abuja to pay courtesy visits and to present his certificate of return to the president. We also know that right after the election, Adeleke did come out to say that he is still going to support Tinubu come 2027 for presidency. Now, let us look at all of this. It is arguable to say that maybe the presidency then would have wanted Oyebamiji of the APC to win because he would believe that he would be able to deliver Osun State to him during the presidential election. Now, we have Adeleke, who is extremely popular in Osun State, who has shown his popularity by even winning the election, and now still calling for, still saying that he might be supporting Tinubu for 2027. Do you feel that maybe there is some sort of political alignment here? And we know that Adeleke actually wanted to go to APC at first before he now switched to Accord, where he eventually won the presidency. What do you think this relationship would actually mean in the coming election? I'd like to start with Mr. Sunday.
Well, in the coming election, just like Adeleke, I can call him a loyal, let me put it that way, a loyal governor. Tinubu is his boss. And I don't think it is common for any governor to win an election and then fly straight to the president to go and appreciate him.
Especially when you're not even in the same party.
And to go and tender your certificate. This is the certificate of return. I've returned as a governor. In the next 4 years, I'll still be governing Osun State of Nigeria. So I think he's being loyal and he's being patriotic, But that statement that said he was going to deliver or is going to support Tinubu in the next general election. Now, I don't know the mind of Osun State people. I don't know if they are in love with the incumbent president or not. But that statement, that step can dent the image of their own son, that is Adeleke
himself.
But if every citizen of Osun State is in love with the incumbent president and everything is doing in Nigeria, why not? Okay, Adeleke, is this the path you are trailing? We are going with you. Is this the path you are trailing? We are not in love, we are not going with you. So that may cause, there's something we call higgledy-piggledy, that is disorderliness, chaos in politics. Just that is my submission.
All right, so Mr. Olale Kansani, you always said that you're not you're not a fan of the policies of this present administration.
It doesn't hide it.
And yes, it doesn't hide it. And you're a son of Osun State. You probably would have voted Ademola Adeleke if you were in Osun State at the time. Now, seeing this alignment and looking at what it might mean for the presidential election, what is your take on it? Do you think Adeleke might lose his popularity as a result of this alignment, or do you think that it wouldn't matter?
Thank you very much. There are videos online of people, of Osun, saying that Adeleke needs to be very, very careful right now. I don't know if you have seen one of such, that they voted for him based on his performance, that they have seen the performance of the other guy, talking about the president, and there's nothing charitable about the performance of the president. And for that reason, they would not be voting for him. The Adeleke needs to understand that if not for the people of Osun State, they would have booted Adeleke out. It was their resolve, their firm dedication to Adeleke that kept him in office. You should understand that firm dedication is not dead yet. That it is also their firm dedication to make sure that Bola Ahmed Tinubu doesn't win in Osun State. 2023 didn't win there. 2027 they have said he is not going to win. But for Demola Adeleke, it is a democracy. You can decide to support whoever you want to support. Even the devil, it's your choice. But in doing that, you must be logical in what you say. Demola Adeleke said something that, in my opinion, is very, very logical. He said that the reason why he will be supporting the president is simply because of the fact that the president is a Yoruba man.
Not because of his policies.
That's a very foolish statement. You shouldn't have said that. No. You don't do things like that. If it were to, in my opinion, the president has not done well, but that's just my personal opinion. If he is saying that he is supporting the president simply because the president has done well, this thing is subjective. In my opinion, he has not done well. In his opinion, he has done well. And everybody is entitled to their opinion. So if that is what he is saying, it's perfectly fine. But again, let's look beyond that. I saw a video, I think yesterday, where a certain musician who is nephew to Demola Adeleke was with Wike. And he was bragging that, oh, I beat you. I beat you in Osun State. And Wike said, oh, you beat me. And someone somewhere in the room said, like the person was trying to caution Demola Adeleke, the musician, that you are playing with fire here. And guess what? The musician, the ballet, he the ballet immediately and said, oh, I was only joking, sir. That to me is testament to the fact that we do not have a democracy yet. Let's not forget that when they were fighting, that is one of the reasons why I have issues with Demola Adeleke. When they were fighting for the soul of Osun, and they got a judicial abracadabra, in my opinion, where the Supreme Court said that it was okay to bring back people whose tenure had expired since 2021 as local government chairman and stuff like that. And there was this issue between the Secretary of the APC, National Secretary, Chukwuemeka Munachiso, and Wike. Wike said something. He said, Bashiru, you don't know what you're talking about. The judgment that gave room for APC chairman to be in office today, do you know how I got that judgment? I was the one who got that judgment for you in Osun State. We never can tell. This matter may end up in court. The APC may go to court to say they were cheated out of victory. Are you with me? Someone said that I got a bad judgment for you, a 419 judgment for you. How sure are we that should the matter land in court again, the same guy won't get a fraudulent judgment to push out Adeleke? Maybe that is one of the reasons why Demola Adeleke is saying that I am supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whether you like it or not, simply because he doesn't want to show, he doesn't want to be shown the door through the back door. Are you with me?
Yeah.
And that is dangerous for democracy. That is very, very dangerous for democracy. It's a shame that most people are not talking about this thing. Who exactly is Wike to say, oh, you mean I lost? It was almost threatening him that you want to see what I can do? This is not a democracy. This is not a democracy. I'm trying to link these things up. Maybe Demola Adeleke is now afraid to be referred to as a foolish person for saying he is going to support Demola Tinubu based on ethnic sentiments. But the reason why he's supporting Tinubu is not what he can say openly. And I just have to say I'm supporting him. Even if you guys are going to say I'm a foolish person, so be it, I'm a foolish person. Let me just say I'm supporting this guy so that I can keep my office.
Let us quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Good morning, the panel of the program.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Innocent.
Oh, Mr. Anderson, you have the floor.
I will say that he is a polite man, very smart and diplomatic. I like what he is doing. When you are polite, you know how to address issues. You know how he started shouting on the president? You are aware of that? So I like what he's doing. At the end, you will know that he's a polite man and a good man. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution, sir. Okay, so let us quickly go away from Osun State a little bit. It was also reported sometime during the week that was on the 17th, Monday to be precise, that Tinubu Obi-Sowore, that they signed a peace accord for the upcoming election. And according to the reporter, they said that the presidential candidates and national chairmen of major political parties signed the first national peace accord ahead of the 2027 general elections in Abuja. The accord was signed on behalf of the president by the secretary to the government of the federation, that's George Akume, alongside the All Progressive Congress national chairman. the presidential candidate of the Nigerian Democratic Congress, that's the NDC, Mr. Peter Obi, was also there, and Shuwore of the African Action Congress, AAC, signed the accord in person. Other political parties that participated in the signing ceremony, organized by the National Peace Committee, included the Labour Party, the Democratic Leadership Alliance, the National Democratic Party, the National Rescue Movement, Social Democratic Party, Youth Party, Young Progressive Party, and Zenith Labour Party, among other political parties that were there. We always hear about this accord signing thing, and we also know that even during the week, the president did say that winning an election is not a do-or-die affair. So is it like we are seeing a new trend in the political space in Nigeria, that people are beginning to think now that we don't need to get violent to assume office, because eventually what is the essence of being in power? It is to work for the people. Is it like political parties are beginning to see that now and move away from what we know elections to be? Mr. Gbenga Maria. Oh, yes.
Well, during the week we had a report that there was a kind of peace accord that was being orchestrated, I think by the by the National Peace Committee. Yes. Yeah. But what we are even really looking at now is that this peace accord, it really means that the political parties are coming together to say that, okay, we don't want violence. Is this to suggest that the political characters, if I may say, are beginning to understand that it is not a do-or-die affair? Well, it's been a kind of things that they've been doing, a meeting that they've been called every now and then, talking about the peace accord of a thing. But as the meeting that has been summoned has really achieved its aim, has it really bring about normalcy whenever we have an election? Of course, it is no. As you can see, during the week when such a meeting was being called, some presidential aspirants were not even on ground. Mr. President himself was not on ground.
Yeah, he was represented.
He was represented. But despite the fact he was represented, are we going to vote for George Akume, the SGF? No. Mr. President, it is he that we want. Because whatever Akume was saying that on behalf of Mr. President. But we want Mr. President, his personality to be on ground. So we're able to take him by his words.
But in that case, none of the real major party candidates were.
Sheyi Makinde was not there.
Sheyi Makinde was not there.
Atiku
was not there. Obi
yes.
was not there.
Obi
I think the only person that
Obi was there.
Okay, yeah, Obi was there.
Okay, the only person Obi was there. Shuwore was there. There was even a video of Shuwore having issues with them. Yes, they didn't allow him. He said even if it is his cook, and that they will all enter. So
the problem, the point now is that you are calling for a peace accord, and those people you are calling, you are expected to be who are actually an aspirant, a candidate, presidential candidates at that. They were not like 2, 3, 4 of them were not on ground. Now the accord, this peace accord that you called, has he been able to gain to have a kind of headway? No. Because those that were involved, they were not on ground. And lastly, those ever since they have been calling for such a peace accord, it has not really doused the tension, the electoral tension. And 2027 is not going to be an exemption. So the point is, whenever even if they should sign the kind of peace deal among themselves, I want to tell you categorically that it's not really going to change the tide. It's not going to change the way and manner they have been doing their things. What has really been happening in the time past is going to, like, what do I mean? There's going to be heady rivalry. There's going to be tongue lashing, hate speeches, and they're going to attack, several attacks, and the likes like that. Do you understand? So the point I'm making now is that the peace accord, it has really not been helpful. So to my own opinion, and because in the time past we cannot really record what the impact that the peace accord has really done, talking about our electioneering process.
Mr. Sunday, what do you think about the peace accord being signed?
Well, politics is not a do or die affair. It has always been said before I was born, and it continues to be said until the world is no longer in existence. But if people say politics is not a matter of do or die affair, then why are people going into what we call chaos? Why are people going into, why are people getting things by force? You can imagine how many billions was spent during this just state election. Now, what will be spent in the general elections in 2027? So if you say it is not a do or die affair, then why are people,
acting like it's do or die?
Why are people being violent? Why are people behaving as if it is their birthright? See, in every game, there will always be a winner, there will always be a loser. In every examination, some people will pass, some people will fail, and some people will be average. That is how life has been. That is how life has been, and it will remain so. So if you think you want to go or vie for a particular position and you have a position, then prepare for the worst. Prepare for the worst. It is either you get it
or you don't get
or
it.
you don't get it. But have it in mind that I want to compete for this thing and let me go for it. I want to go for this competition, let me go for it. If you come back, if you win, good luck. If you don't win, try again. That is how it should be. Then people that are coming behind, people that also want to do such a thing will not be scared. They will not be afraid. Oh, what are they even doing it? Because a lot of people understand now that, okay, in every politics, people will say there is no politician that doesn't have a drop of blood in his hand. People will say that because they see what happens around town. It shouldn't be so.
That's the general assumption.
Yeah, that's the general assumption of people that are. If you want to get to that seat of power, the seat of power, there are many things you should do. The first thing you should do is that make sure your conscience is dead. In as much as your conscience is dead, there is nothing they give you to eat, you will not eat. There is not step they tell you to take that you will not take. There is nothing they ask you to do that you will not do.
Yeah, so Mr. Olalekan Sani, signing the peace accord by all of the political parties, do you think, is this just tongue wagging?
As far as I'm concerned, it's a waste of time. If you have a body that is going to mandate politicians to come and sign a document, and the body does not have any power to take whoever who violates what they have signed
accountable.
Of what essence is the signing that you are signing? You are just wasting your time. The president has been speaking from both sides of his mouth. And this week he said that election is not a do or die stuff. So, this is someone who has said that, oh, grab it, snatch it, and run away with it. 2 weeks ago, he was saying that everything is fair in politics. The week of signing, he said, oh, well, it's all fine and good. I don't believe in all of that. They signed it in Osun State, if you can remember. And yet,
there was violence.
People were killed massively. Even if this so-called body doesn't have the power to take people to court, shouldn't someone speaking on behalf of that body have said something that, you guys signed an agreement that there won't be violence, and now there is violence. You guys need to do better. At least we know that they are doing something, not just for the optics of signing pictures with candidates and big politicians. So for me, as far as I'm concerned, for as long as they are not talking, number one, for as long as they do not have the power to hold anybody accountable. My brother, I just your jaw.
All right, you still on to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. Roundtable is the program you're listening to, and in the studio with me, I have Mr. Sani, I also have Mr. Sunday, and Mr. Mario, who are the analysts this morning. Also, like I said, you can be a part of the show. For those of you listening to us at home, you can call into the studio on the following lines: 09168931000. I'll take that again: 09168931000. You can also call 09153334893. 09153334893. You can also call 0911 3333893. 0911 3333893. Okay, so away from politics and the elections for now, over the course of the week again, there was this, the internet went agog at some point when Atiku Abubakar came out to say that he will reverse the fuel subsidy rule. And of course, in the news too, we got the response from the presidency. This particular one, President Tinubu actually criticized the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's proposal to restore fuel subsidy if elected in 2027, describing it as evidence of serious ignorance on governance and the economy. We also know that the president. Okay, let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
I'm Joshua from Mamiadio.
Joshua from Mamiadio, you have the floor.
I just want to commend your efforts on the matter of the election. And I want to encourage the Nigerians to play safe when it comes to political. Because these people, they still meet together. And the majority of them, they feel like bloodmongers. So we should just use our discretion when it comes to business. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Okay, so now, according to the reports we are seeing, Atiku, who is the presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress, that's the ADC, had said on Thursday that he would restore fuel subsidy for elected presidents in 2027. He also accused the Tinubu administration of failing to account for the savings from the removal of the subsidy introduced by the government after assuming office in 2023. Now, reacting to the proposal, Tinubu defended his decision to remove the subsidy, arguing that the country's resources should be redirected towards infrastructure and essential services. Now, I would like to start with Mr. Sani here. Tinubu said he will, Atiku, I beg your pardon, said he will reverse the subsidy on petrol. And I know that initially, the last election that even brought President Tinubu into power, all the major candidates, then talking about Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, and Tinubu, all said that they will remove the subsidy on fuel, saying that it is too expensive for the country to sustain. Now, Atiku is coming back on his words now to say that he will restore petrol subsidy, and a lot of economists have been saying that probably this will not be sustainable for the country. Now, do we think that Atiku is just saying this because he's desperate to win the seat? Mr. Lali Konsani.
That was what the presidency said.
Thank you very much, Chief. The truth of the matter is that most candidates in the last general election said that they were going to remove it. I wasn't a candidate then, but I was speaking as loudly as I could against the idea of removing fuel subsidy. I'm not sure that you can blame all of them then, because governors, especially the governor of Edo State then, Godwin Obaseki, and a number of colleagues were screaming and shouting that if we don't remove fuel subsidy, Nigeria can never develop. And these are guys who, as of then, were still collecting serious amount of money with nothing to show for it, but they wanted more money. And they knew that fuel subsidy was something that was gulping serious money as well, that if the practice of fuel subsidy was going to end, more money was going to come their way. And they were shouting for their own selfish interests, but Nigerians bought into that idea to say, let's stop that fuel subsidy. Nigeria is not working, so maybe if we stop that fuel subsidy, Nigeria is going to work. But I knew too well that it was going to worsen what was on the ground. That is why some people are now saying that God was even better than Tinubu. The truth of the matter is that if you're making policy for the people, even in your family, you call your wife, you call your children, this is what you want to do, you take everybody's input. Upon implementing the new policy in your family, you must consistently and continually do appraisal. Is this new? To
see how it's working.
Is it working? Is it working? Is it taking us to where we want to get to? Anybody with even half a brain will know right now that fuel subsidy removal is not working in Nigeria right now, because everybody's now poorer than we were. We were poor, but now we are poorer. And it takes a lot of humility, in my opinion, to say that, okay, well, I think I was wrong, but now that we have seen the effect of what is happening, we can do better. And let's place things side by side. The situation of things for the government and the situation of things for the people. The people holding more,
more power,
more focus. You should focus more on the people.
On the people.
Yes. Without a bit of doubt, Nigerians are poorer. When there was fuel subsidy, it was just around 30% of us who couldn't eat what they wanted to eat. Now it's 79%, let's call it 80%, meaning out of every 10, 8 cannot eat what they want to eat, unlike 3 before. It tells you a lot. What is our salary today? The minimum wage is 70K. What can 70K get you? Let's even talk about fuel, which is actually the biggest issue here. With the 30K minimum wage as of then, 30K was going to fill up your tank at least 3 times, if not more. Now 70K can hardly fill up your tank if you drive a Venza.
You had to say that.
No, that's the truth. That's that. You can see that Nigerians are in a much worse situation. Let's now look at the side of the government. Where exactly is subsidy savings? I can't say it. When Buhari was paying subsidy, I mean, I am saying this here because it is the fact. 2022, for the entire duration of 2022, Nigeria spent 4.39 trillion naira in the name of subsidy. 2024, first full year of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Guess what? In the name of energy security, I don't know what that means to this very present day. The government spent 7.1 trillion, going to times 2 of what Buhari spent on subsidy. And when Buhari in a whole year, and when Buhari subsidized, we were buying fuel at the rate of 185 naira. When subsidy was removed, I know everybody knows the price of fuel today, 1,000, 250, in some places 300. And yet, you are spending way more on quote and unquote energy security than when you are actually seeing the effect of subsidy. It shows clearly that some people somewhere are stealing the money. That's that. Number 2, they said pipeline security, 10 trillion. It shows clearly that we were enjoying a lot of things before, but now we are no longer enjoying. When Buhari was president, despite the fact that he was paying subsidy on fuel, he was still paying subsidy on electricity. He was giving hospitals subvention. I mean, I'm talking about teaching hospitals, federal hospitals here. He was giving universities subvention. That was why UI was charging 40K for medicine. Those things have been reversed now. Nothing like that anymore. If you want to study medicine in UI, you're looking at 400K per annum. So what exactly are we talking about here? The policy is not working. And me, Olale concerning, I am going to consider anybody who tells me he's going to bring back subsidy, because such a person is telling me directly that, guy, I want to put my money in your pocket. Instead of using the little money you have to buy fuel, let me make sure that you are going to buy fuel at a very cheap rate so that you can use the remaining to do meaningful things and tangible things for your life. That's how I say it.
All right, so Mr. Sunday, we've heard Mr. Olalekan clearly that he will support anybody who is returned fuel subsidy. We also have heard from so many economists saying that fuel subsidy removal is the way to go for Nigeria. So the presidential candidates talking about Atiku Abubakar are saying that he will restore fuel subsidy in Nigeria. Is that a smart move for you?
See, one of the challenges we have in Nigeria is a lack of consistency. Every government comes and has different orientation, different ideas, different goal. If this one comes, rules and reigns for like 4 or 8 years, another one before it comes would have started talking against the policy of that one. It comes again, bringing another policy. Then Nigeria remains the same. Before that one leaves, another one is already campaigning towards the next thing he is going to do. So we don't have consistency. For example, now, removing fuel subsidy, okay, Nigerians will benefit from it. It is, every Nigerian will become a beneficiary of, just like Olale Kasani just itemized now. There are things that are more expensive because of this removal that will return to the status quo. And then an average person will be able to afford them. An average person will be able to feed at least twice a day. But now, look at how people are feeding. So, if we are going to stay with removal of fuel subsidy, then let us go stay. The person that is coming, let him continue with what the incumbent government is doing. Then,
so consistency is key for you.
The consistency is key.
Even if it's a bad thing?
If it is a bad thing that would, for example, I always say something, you elders do say something that getting a tribal mark is always painful. But when it is healed, it becomes beauty. Tita, Riru, La Kola, Toba Dogetan, Toba Jinatan, Ogeniodi.
Yes, we'll get your.
See,
yeah. I want Mr. Sunday to land his point.
When I looking at our faces here, I can say I'm the youngest here. So you guys might have got to the world before me.
Absolutely.
Forget my gray hair. You guys must have got to the world before me, and you might, maybe you are more exposed than I am. But in my little knowledge, from my little understanding, if what is happening now, for example, this removal of fuel subsidy, if it is sustained, maintained, and continued, I think this thing will get us to a particular promised land.
Mr. Mario, so talking about subsidy removal, some economists will say that the proceeds we get. So let us say now that Mr. Olele Konsani, please, I'm still coming back to you.
Absolutely. How much are states getting now as a?
So that's where I was going to. Now they are saying that states are getting ×4, times whatever. So this subsidy removal, let us say it is channeled, to what it is actually supposed to be done to Nigerians. Is it actually a good idea, or would we say that Atiku Abubakar is, like they always say on the streets, in a cap? What would you say?
Well, talk is cheap, and everyone is entitled to his own opinion. Atiku is entitled to his own opinion, saying that he's going to reverse the subsidy if he becomes Nigerian president, because he knew that is what exactly Nigeria wanted to hear. I'm telling you, he knew that is what they want to hear. But how is he going to do this? He has not come out to really tell us how he's going to move towards this trend. Now, recall that during 2023 election, Obi has constantly reminded us in this country that Nigeria is never a producing country, and he has been criticizing the government that the removed subsidy, they did this and blah blah, and it has brought hardship, blah blah. And Obi too has never come out to tell us in the blueprint, or he has not really convinced us to tell us how he's going to really change the mantra. So one thing about those politicians is that they can tell you that a man and a woman will meet and there will be a child, but that is by biological way now. But politicians will tell you that a man and a man will meet and there will be a child. They will not really tell us how the process is going to be. So now let's leave that aside. Number two, let's look at the present administration, what they have done concerning the removal of subsidy. They removed the subsidy, but they failed to put some parameters, some measures into place before announcing the removal. But now I'm not going to be biased here. I'm not a politician. I don't belong to any political party, but I'm going to say it with the reality on ground. Part of money that they said they have spent the subsidy on was the NEL fund, funding education of students in a tertiary institution. Now, I have some people that I said, going by their own means, they wouldn't have been able to cope with it.
I expected to have said something.
Yeah, we'll talk about.
No, I expected you to have said something when you said NEL fund.
Yeah, I know. I will get there.
Savings.
I'll get there.
Okay.
Yes, I'll get there.
So some said, I'm not a beneficiary, but even we have some students that are saying that even not because of net fund, I'm not campaigning for this present government. I'm going to tell them to say the negative side of what they have done. Now, secondly, let's look at electricity now. When this guy reform Adelabu, sorry, what have you called?
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
It's still innocent.
Oh, okay. Please, can you turn down the volume of your radio set, please?
Please, I want to advise you about this issue. During this time as a governor, I can buy 5 tons sardine for 100 naira, even in this Ibadan. So many things we have invested. It's very honest. And that the second are trying to put him down is just destroying his own character. So Obi is a very nice and honest man, very good Christian. He doesn't cheat. About that many times. Hello?
Yeah, we are with you.
So please, when you are making a reservation for him, I am very honest and very I'm not diplomatic of that is I grew here. I was born here and bred here, school here as you are. So I know everything that goes on. Please, some section will be that if you don't know him. Many of you know him, and you don't want to say truth. I want all the people to read Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution, sir. Thank you very much for your contribution.
So,
okay, yes.
Going by what I was saying, let's look at when Adelabu was the minister for power. We knew so many times when we had they are tampering with the grid, and there are constant grid failure in the country. And when this guy came on board, I'm not campaigning, I'm just saying what the reality. And we discovered that the thing has really stabilized. How well they go about that, well, I wouldn't know. But my reservations I want to make concerning this removal of subsidy is that what is happening to macro and microeconomic business in the country, because those are some of the indices. What is happening to infrastructure? What is happening to healthcare system? What is happening to minimum wage? The 70,000 naira minimum wage. Of course, it's nothing to write to me about. That's
very important.
Then what is happening to affordable housing in the country? Like I have a sister, my blood sister, who is in Australia. He got to Australia within 2 years. She was able to get a house of her own, though after a true mortgage, though. But do you have such a system in this country so that if you are a civil servant worker, if you are a civil servant, you can really have a kind of. So, and lastly, the monthly allocation being given to governors. What are they doing with it?
What are they doing with it? So now we have to quickly take a commercial break now, and then we'll come back. But when we come back, I will be talking to Mr. Olale Konsani. Before then, Mr. Mario did mention that NEL Fund is being funded by the proceeds gotten from the fuel subsidy. According to reports that we are seeing, that is not really so. Because even just a few days ago, the presidency said that the money is gotten from EFCC. All the monies that they've actually recovered is what they should be using to fund the NEL fund. That's on one side. I would like to ask Mr. Olale Konsani, because he seems to be very interested in it. If Peter Obi decides that he will remove subsidy, how is he going to fund it? But I'm not going to open you up to answer that now. When we come back on from the commercial break, we'll take it off from there. You're still on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. Roundtable is the program you're listening to, and we will go on a quick commercial break now. When we come back, we will take it off from where we stopped. So stay tuned.
You fight them unless you won't die. Water. You don't get enemy. I say water no get enemy.
Wholesome Radio.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811-223-2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
Are you hungry for something delicious? Food that feels like home but tastes like pure luxury? Then welcome to Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile. From our smoky jollof to rich ofada sauce to a variety of delicious soups like egusi, eforiro, and more, paired with your favorite proteins and hot, freshly made swallows, all made for you to enjoy. We also handle bulk orders in liters, fresh and ready whenever you need it. We deliver it to your doorstep. At Honeydew, it's not just the food, it's the feel. With our beautiful ambience, perfect for your romantic dates, family outings, or your quiet, relaxing evening escape. Join us every last Friday of the month at 7 p.m. for karaoke night with Jayola and enjoy music, games, food, drinks, and free mocktails and cocktails as you sing your hearts out. Visit us at Plot 42, Block 8, Alaafin Avenue, beside Wells Radio, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. For your doorstep delivery or inquiries, call or WhatsApp 0814-691-6635, 0814-691-6635. Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile.
Every child deserves a chance to thrive no matter their ability. This August, the Special Needs Awareness Summit comes to Ibadan with the theme Empowering Special Needs Children for an Independent Tomorrow. Join us Saturday, 29th August, 10 a.m. prompt at Pistos Hub, number 2, Olani Yonfagbemi Street, off Mobi Bus Stop, Ring Road, Ibadan. Hear from Dr. Tosin Babalola joining us from Manchester, Mrs. Mobolaji Idowu, founder of Kidley Space, Ibadan, and Esther Emmanuel, coordinator for Bloom Right Learning Support. It's completely free, but registration is required, and there is more. Free professional assessment bookings available on the day, but slots are limited. Visit our Instagram page at snaz_365 for the booking link, or call 0705-426-4991 now. The Special Needs Awareness Summit 2026, proudly brought to you in partnership with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Awareness, inclusion, acceptance.
Boost your business with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. In a competitive world of business, strategic brand and product positioning is key to growth. Don't remain unseen in the shadows. Shine a spotlight on your brand with Wells Radio 89.3 FM today. Why Wells Radio? We are your state's #1 family radio station. We connect with the heart of families in your state. As the smallest unit of the society, families trust Wells Radio for quality content and information. Visit us today along Alaafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Our white and blue building just before Sharp Corner ensures your business won't go unnoticed. Advertise with us today. Call our marketing office on 0903-936-8185. Call Toby on 0803-509-3394. Ayo on 0706-840-7359. Take the leap today. Let Wells Radio 89.3 FM be the megaphone for your business success. You won't regret it.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go! Hey there! Want to stay connected to your favorite radio station? Follow us on social media for the latest updates, entertaining wholesome content, and behind-the-scene peaks. We're on Instagram at Wells Radio 893, Facebook Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, X Wells Radio 893. Follow our WhatsApp channel Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Get a scoop on upcoming shows, giveaways, and events. Also get to interact with your favorite presenters and share your thoughts on our posts and stories. Join the conversation and stay tuned into Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
All right, you are welcome back to the second half of Roundtable on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. I would like to first say before we begin that listeners at home can call into the studio to give their 2 cents about the issues we are discussing. The numbers you can call is 0916893100. 0916893100. You can also call 091-5333-4893, 091-5333-4893, or 0911-333-893, 0911-333-893. Now back to the discussion. I know that Mr. Olalekosani is really eager to give us his own analysis. We're talking about the presidential candidate of ADC, that's Atiku Abubakar, saying that he will return fuel subsidy if elected president of Nigeria. And we also have the sitting president saying that he's just saying that to get the attention of people, that it is economically not sustainable. Now, and before we went on that break, I did ask Mr. Asani that if Atiku insists that he will return subsidy, a lot of economists have said that Nigeria can actually not afford the payment of subsidy. How do you think that Atiku will be able to achieve this such that Nigerians will enjoy the payment of subsidy and the economy will still be very buoyant?
Thank you very much. And the other time you said Peter Obi, that should Peter Obi say something about subsidy? I want him to say something about subsidy so that I can actually know who to vote for. But for me, subsidy is a very big factor to consider when voting on that day. Atiku has said something about it. I'm waiting for the candidates to say something about it. Atiku said that it's not going to be that he's going to bring money from the account of the federal government to say, okay, you are a fuel importer and I'll be paying you XYZ because you have brought fuel into the country. No. Instead, he said he will be allocating crude to local refiners, Dangote and modular refineries, at the preferential rate, meaning at a rate significantly lower than what OPEC is doing. And you have the right to do that. OPEC will tell you how much you can sell oil to other countries. But within your country, you can sell, in fact, for free. It's nobody's business.
But do you think that model might not bring some sort of, let's say, fraud? Let's say now that they allocate a particular crude to a particular modular refinery or refinery, and then they now decide to sell it at the normal OPEC price or a little bit lower to other countries.
Thank you very much. Number one, if you are selling something to an outside country, it has to pass through government regulatory agencies. So
in Nigeria?
In Nigeria. That's the truth of the matter. That's number one. Number two, there is no dark spot in all of what's on the ground. Nigeria produces burning light crude oil, BLCO. If I give you a barrel of BLCO, I know exactly what you are going to, the quantity of petrol you are going to get from it, the quantity of diesel you are going to get from it, the quantity of kerosene you are going to get. I can tell you that if I give you one BLCO barrel today, I give me 75 liters of petrol. So, upon allocating these barrels of crude to Dangote and the likes, he knows exactly what he is expecting from them. That returns to the government, so it's not the government that will now distribute. That, in my opinion, is a very beautiful idea because it's going to ensure that Nigerians are, and it's not magic. That's exactly what they are doing in Libya. Libya today, a barrel of fuel is going for around 25 naira per liter. Angola, it's much less than what we are, and we have more fuel than these countries that we are talking about. So why can't we enjoy the fact that we have crude oil in our country? Mr. Sanusi and Mr. Bengamario said something the other time, that more money is now available to the governors.
To the government.
See, I sincerely do not like to hear that thing, because it's a lose-lose game for Nigerians. Number one is that, yes, there is more money that should have gone into something productive for us by reducing everybody's cost of production. Fuel is a major determinant when it comes to production in this country. Governors now receive four-folds of what they used to collect. Guess what? The governors are not paying four-folds of the salary that they used to pay. They used to pay 30K. If they are paying 120K, we'll say, okay, it is commensurate with what they are receiving. That is not happening. Not just the governors are guilty here. The president is also guilty. He's paying just 70,000 when he's receiving 4-folds of what he used to collect. That's number one. Number two, before subsidy was removed, a bag of cement was going for 4.5. So I speak to this one is 16,000. Meaning without subsidy, the government will still do something at the rate that it's, see.
So let me ask.
I want to make a point. The money they were receiving before was, let's say, 1 naira. A bag of cement was going for 25 kobo. Now they are receiving 4 naira. A bag of cement is going for 1 naira. It's still the same value. Your 1 naira will buy you 1 bag of cement at the rate of 25 kobo. Now, now a bag of cement
is now 1
16K. So it's now like 4 folds of what you used to pay. So the government cannot complain because they have the money to meet that. But for me and you, we are complaining because you do not have the money to match that. And what I'm very, very sick and tired of is go and ask your governors. Go and ask your governors. Sir, do you have Sheyi Makinde's number?
Yes.
Call him right now and tell him. No, call him right now and ask him what he's doing with the subsidy. The president asked the number of all the governors. Has he ever called them to see what are you doing?
Okay, what is going on with the monies we are sending to you?
That is number one. It's not just allocations going to governors that has jumped. What is going to the federal government has also jumped by 4 folds. The president is not leading the way. He is not telling them, hey, this is what I have done with subsidy savings. Governors follow suit. But when Nigerians now say, sir, we cannot see, he tells us to go and ask governors. Despite the fact that he keeps asking the same thing, meaning too well that the governors are not doing anything with the money, because if they have been doing something with the money, he wouldn't be saying that anymore. Just yesterday we were in the studio and Mr. your colleague was even saying something from the pages of the Punch newspaper that the president is not even giving them more money under arrangements that never existed. That there's now a special fund for infrastructure and security running to over 400 billion naira. Do you know the target of the president by doing that? In my opinion, the target is to keep buying the governors to his side. You know, talk to anybody who knows the president. What did he do as governor? He built men. He built men. He built men. In my opinion, with public resources that should go to the people. Name 3 core infrastructure projects that Tinubu did as governor of Lagos State. Name them. What you are going to hear is that he built men. Built men for my own good or for his own personal good with my own money. No. I am robustly against removing fuel subsidy. And I am telling you, I am going to support and even canvass for any candidate that has the brightest path towards removing fuel subsidy. I mean, towards returning fuel subsidy. It doesn't have to be that you're bringing money out of government accounts. Just find a way to crash the price of fuel. And I'm okay with you. Well, see, like I have said this thing, I do not understand what happens in the minds of Nigerians. To fill a car, you were spending less than 10K before. Now it's over 70K. Over 7 folds. And we are celebrating this. I cannot. I know the value of myself. I cannot celebrate this.
Mr. Sunday,
I want to link Mario and Olaliko Sane together. You know, he made a point earlier that for somebody to have removed fuel subsidy, something should have been on ground that we cushion the effect and then that we support people not to just fall. Like a pack of cards you get. It's like in the southwest here, they say if the cloud is gathering, and you empty your buckets in order to fetch water from the rain. What if it does not rain? What will you do? Now, I got a point that before free subsidy was removed, something should have been on ground. Now, my question to the House again is, especially Mr. Sani, that if eventually a man that will remove fuel subsidy emerges as the president of Nigeria, what is the fate of the nation? That's just my question.
Let's quickly hear Mr.
Linking with what is happening in the present administration with incoming administration that will remove.
Yes,
what do you think will happen to our economy?
I'm not going to answer that question first, but I want to hear my view. The point is, I'm not a fan of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I'm not
Neither am I.
I'm not a fan of anybody.
Just love Nigeria.
But talking about the reality now. Now, it's much more biting very hard now for some of us in terms of buying fuel. Do you understand? If I want to fill my fuel tank, so the car of my fuel. Sorry.
You can do other fuel yourself. It's the same.
We have less than 10 minutes, please. So let's land our points very quickly.
If I want to fuel my car now, then when Buhari was in power, I didn't spend up to 15,000 naira.
15,000.
Yes,
15,000.
Yes,
Sir,
like 13,000 plus. No, 13,000 plus. I'm
no,
coming.
Sir, it was even up to 10k.
Mine is like 13,000 plus. That was rate of 230 naira.
No, it was 185 then. 185 naira.
But when Tinubu came on board, we bought
it was one. Sir,
he was buying. If he's buying,
maybe you were buying in maybe you were buying in Cotonou.
Yes.
No, sir. I was in Nigeria then, and the price of fuel per liter was 185 naira.
I mean, when it rose to 230, 250.
When was that? Under whose administration?
We bought fuel for 200, 230.
Under
Buhari.
Make people they calm down now.
We bought
185.
We bought 185. I was going to the east, to Imo State precisely. Then at Apata here, I feed my car. I didn't kind of record the figure now, but 230 naira.
Mr. Kunle,
yes.
Please help us.
But
you have your computer.
No. I mean,
wait.
You
Help us. You have your computer.
No. Let him land his
check.
point. We have less than 10 minutes, so please land your point.
Okay, thank you. Now, okay, let's say like 13,000 naira, like you said. But now I'm
like you said. I said less than
okay, like I said. Okay, like I said. Now, if I want to fuel the same car now, I'm fueling up to like 80,000 naira. Okay. So it's not really easy doing that. Do you understand? But now, Mr. President did something. It came about CNG of a thing. Now, in this Ibadan, let's use this Ibadan as a case study. We have so many Maruas now. Those that drive Marua, they use it for commercial. Now, those Marua that are on CNG and those Marua that are running through petrol, they are carrying their passengers using on the same amount. There's no difference. If you want to go from Apata here to roundabout, it's 500 naira. If your Marua is being run by fuel, it's 500 naira. If your Marua is being run by CNG, it's still same 500 naira. So who is the enemy of who? So the point is this: has there been a law that says that okay, CNG is much more lower? If I'm going to Lagos now from Ibadan now, if I want to fuel my car now, let's say if we take a fuel of maybe 30,000 naira now, or let me say just 40,000 naira. Of course, I'll still have some fuel if I should go and come back. But with CNG, if you cannot fill your gas up to like maybe to say 10, 12,000, 15,000 naira, you still go back and come back. I'm telling you.
How much does it take to
conversion?
Yes.
The conversion, I know the conversion is on the high side, but at the end
2
of
million naira. 2 million. So you paid 2 million to convert your car to CNG fuel, to CNG consuming car, and you still think you are going to charge at a low rate.
Some cars are not up to I know some cars. I have friends that have done DS. Okay. Some are not even up to.
I've heard somebody has told me about 600,000.
600 what?
Yes.
Yes.
Somebody has even some has done for like 800, 700.
You will take me to that place and I'll convert my car. And if
you I don't plan to convert.
I'm telling you. I want to convert, and this morning you are going to take me to that person who converted. I'm telling you 2 mil. You are telling me 600 what?
When you get to them, to those that that do the conversion, they will tell you it depends on the range of your car. Do you understand now? We have some in Ibadan here now. We have some in Ibadan after the show
so
now.
Even if it's not 600, let's even assume it's 600. So the 600 naira bill, you expect the guy to throw it in the clouds? He's still going to enjoy. So if that is the case, why are we going to CNG? Why not stay on fuel?
No, he's going to enjoy the guy that converted his car from petrol to CNG. The money might be a bulk money, a bulk sum. But at the end of the day, who enjoys? Like the guy said, I went to repair my car at the mechanic workshop, and the guy brought his car and he said, "Egbon, Njo Timothy low CNG. He has really had it cool. He has not been spending money as usual now. I mean, like the way he normally do. He was even encouraging me that I should go and convert mine to CNG. I said the money is much. He said if you can do it, just try and do it. He said you will enjoy it. He said if you want to go to Lagos now, he said he goes to Lagos on his AC without having any synopsis that he might run out of fuel or whatever. So the point is this: to convert might be very hard, but the afterwards effect is very, very good and very, very. But the point is how many of us are really ready to pass the box on to do the conversion. That is where the problem comes from.
All right, you're still on to Wells Radio 89.3 FM.
And sorry. I think there must something that must be done. Those that are running, they are running their cars or their vehicle or their marijuana on commercial. There's be a kind of law that you must cut down the price of the passengers you are carrying, because you cannot be running on CNG and be collecting the same amount that those are running on petrol is collecting. They are collecting. It is not too good, because CNG is much more lower than those that are collecting. That are being run. Those vehicles that are being run with on petrol.
All right, thank you very much. But we are going to be rounding up very soon. I would like to quickly know this one. Mr. Olalekan actually did say that if subsidy is being returned, that the prices of everything will change.
Yes.
Now, are we very certain? Because in Nigeria that we know, we always say that we don't obey the law of gravity.
That is a very big.
It does not. How are we so sure that if
wait. At some point, we were paying 2K for Congo, for 1 Congo Gari, true or false? Today it's less than 1K. Did it come down? It did. We were buying beans at a rate of 6,500 at some point. So it's around 3,000. Did it come down? Let's not just look blindly, act like blind people. Let's relate based on what is on the ground. What is on the ground shows that Nigerians do react and they bring prices down when the indexes and all the indices are okay for them. So that is what I'm talking about. Fuel is a major decider when it comes to what we are going to buy commodities, and that is why I want it to come down.
All right, you're still on to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. Roundtable is the program you've been listening to since 8 o'clock till this time, and then unfortunately we will have to bring the program to an end. Always remember that Roundtable takes place here on Wells Radio 89.3 FM every 8 to 9:30 a.m. on Saturday. So do join us again next Saturday for another interesting edition of Roundtable. I would like to say a big thank you to everybody in the studio, Mr. Sani, Mr. Sunday, Mr. Mario. Thank you.
I still have my reservations.
I know you do. I know you do.
Like for example now, for seriously, if I know how much it cost me if I'm going to earlier before now, going to Abeokuta and coming back I didn't spend up to 8,000 naira on a daily basis. But
now you spend about 30 or more.
I'm telling you now. Do you understand? Even look at the roads.
No, let's not bring back subsidy.
No, you must spend 50,000 naira per day. No, sir, you must spend 100,000 naira per day.
I'm just saying.
I don't like why Nigerians behave like this. Something is not convenient for you, and you're still saying it must continue.
Wait. I'm going to.
Where are you going to?
There's a promised land for Nigerians.
Abeokuta Express Road is an eyesore now.
No, leave it like that.
I'm coming. And the report I got as at last week.
Okay.
Is like there is going to be a kind of a work on that particular road now. Do you understand now? And part of the money for that, though if it is being done, we are going to give credit to Mr. President. That's if it's being done. But as for now, it is what it is. But if it's being done, do you think I will congratulate Mr. President? Of course, I will sing his praise.
All right, thank you very much. I know we wish we can go on and on, but unfortunately, time will not permit us to do so. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Mario. I know you still have your reservation. I know Mr. Kosani has his own too. Even though Mr. Sunday looks calm, I know you have your own reservations too. But unfortunately, this is as much as we can talk about this morning. I would also like to say a big thank you for everybody who has contributed to the show, and so everybody who has actually also listened to us. Thank you for tuning into Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Until next Saturday, when another edition of Roundtable comes, I would like to say thank you very much for being a part of the show. My producer he's looking at me with one bombastic side eye. So I'm not going to. Okay, Mr. Stephen again. Thank you very much for helping us this morning. We'll be here again on Saturday by 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. for another edition of Roundtable. Until then, thank you very much. Good morning and God bless you.